Are you considering running a summer camp for kids but wondering is it worth your time, money, and effort to get started? In this video, I'm going to share with you full transparency what I earned in summer 2025, and hopefully it convinces you that yes, I think it is worth your while to run a summer camp business, and here's why. Let's get started. Okay, hi, I'm Sherry. I run a STEM and coding camp called Codezilla Kids here in Toronto, Canada. I run 4 camp locations, and we only rebooted back in 2023 after an extended COVID closure. So bear in mind, I'm going to share with you my numbers for 2025 as well as a comparison for 2024. You don't want to see 2023. They were not pretty. Okay, so what was my income, my sales revenue? Well, for Jan to August, essentially all of summer, we earned $281,000. How does this compare versus last summer? It was a nice, healthy increase of $95,000 over last summer. In fact, that works out to 52%. Here's a tip. If your business is growing by 30 or even 40% year over year, you are doing fantastic. The fact that we grew by 52%, very, very happy. But, here's a saying. Sales is vanity, profit is sanity. What really matters the most is how much of this money can I keep for myself after all these expenses are deducted? Because your biggest expense by far will be wages for your staff, your payroll, as well as the rent you have. Again, I had around 18 full-time and 4 or 5 part-time staff, as well as my rent for 4 camp locations. How much of this, with all these expenses, could I keep at the end? Let's go to the bottom and find out. Okay, so here we go. I have my profit. This is thankfully a healthy 6-figure line. Now, I should mention that my profit does include my salary because I did not deduct my wages out of the payroll that you see above. So I do have to deduct my salary from my profit, keep some money aside for the company. But overall, full transparency, I'll be giving myself for the year a pretty big chunk of the $106,000. How does this compare versus last year? Is it worth my while? Well, thankfully, it was a nice, healthy increase over a mere $36,000 last year. But again, if this seems bad last year, it was way worse in 2023. Partly my fault. I blame myself. It shouldn't have been that bad, but it does take some while. The first revolution of the wheel is the hardest. Once you get rolling, it's definitely upwards momentum. And importantly, I know we can only get bigger and better because I did not have all of my 4 camps fully sold out. In fact, for some of my camps, we had a lot of unused, unsold capacity. So I know that if I do better next year, I can only make more sales revenue, more profit. But in the end, we had a nice, healthy 195% increase year over year in our profit. We are getting the expenses dialed down while growing our revenue. And overall, for the 2 months that I worked full time, part of that is in person. A large percentage is actually remote. I'm feeling pretty good. For the balance of the year, most of it is really chill. I only work part-time for 7, 8 months of the year maximum. And I'm going to show you, if you stay tuned and subscribe, you will get first peek of what I do every month leading up to camp to get ready for summer camp. So if you are seriously considering a summer camp for kids, stay tuned, subscribe, watch more videos, and see every month the work that I go through to get ready for this. See you soon.